So I was thinking today could just be a bit of a creative vlog because I don't have many plans. I have an animated show that I want to start working on. I got a bunch of Littlest Pet shops for Christmas and I want to make them like a little office set up for like some little LPS films. So I'm just going to be puttering around and doing some random things that hopefully come together into a glorious ensemble. And I'm also going to be getting an early lunch at McDonald's. So should be a good day. I'm probably not going to get much done before I actually go and eat. This is my favorite paper to work with right now. I hope you can still get it at Target because, yeah, it's been really good and it works well with like Crayola stuff. So, yeah, I just want to do really fast, quick sketches of them. I have like this moth guy. I want to see what I can get done just going really quickly. I don't know, I tend to draw better when I don't care too much. So the idea, I don't know how practical this is, but, and it could have been done before, I don't know. He's got like this cape that like turns into moth wings when he needs to fly, is basically the idea. And I think he's just gonna have a mushroom on his shirt. Yeah, that's like the quick sketch for him. Next, this is like the peasant elf girl. I guess these are like considered my OCs at this point. I feel like this is way not proportionate, but whatever. That's her. Alright, I'm actually gonna go get breakfast now because it's like 10:20. I haven't eaten yet, and I do not function well when I don't eat breakfast. Okay, I'm back with my lunch. I just got enough to where I could eat some now and then like have some left over to like put with some bulldog noodles or something. Oh, maybe I should get like, there we go. 10 McNuggies. Dude, am I gonna eat all these right now? Why does 10 not even seem like that much? I usually get 4. Okie dokie. I can't believe I might actually just finish this whole thing. I mean, I'm not trying to be that person that's like, oh my gosh, I just don't eat that much, but I got this to be like 2 meals for myself, like I could reheat some later, and it's about to disappear. Maybe I should have gotten a 20 nugget. How many nuggets have I got left? We got 3. I think I can do that. I have leftover fries though. I'm on nugget 7. What is the average nugget amount per person? I don't care. I needed this today. I still got a lot of fries left though. I might just save these for my brother because I'm pretty full now. Or I'll save them for myself later because they heat up well, I think. I don't know. I might should have gotten a small, honestly. I never finished the fries. Probably because I'm too busy eating 10 count nugget. I don't want this to sound like I think 10 count nugget is crazy. If you eat that on a regular basis, I'm not going to judge you. It's fine. I've never gotten one. Might be my new thing now. 6 just ain't enough, man. Okay, well that's my lunch. I hope you enjoyed the mukbang portion of this video. I'm going to finish up my tea, and then we'll get back to the art filmmaking awesomeness. So I'll tell you my creative vision I have right now. The idea I have for what I want to work on is a show where it's live action and animation combined. And so I play this live action character that gets sucked into our own little comic book world. And this is subject to change because I get all excited about ideas in the beginning, and then I get bored with my own idea and I move on to something else. So this, you may not actually see this come to pass, but the plan so far, or my dream should I say, is to do a webcomic. My dream for 2025 was actually to create a webcomic, but I never came up with a story I actually wanted to make into one. But it was a year of learning. You know, you can't just, or I guess you can if you're really cool, but I wasn't able to just decide all of a sudden I want to do a webcomic and then jump into it because My art skills weren't as up to par as I wanted them to be for that. I couldn't just come up with an idea and whip it out like I would need to be able to do to create one in a way that wouldn't be frustrating. And I mean, you can look at this and think, oh my gosh, that's ugly as sin. You're not as good as an artist enough to do webcomic or whatever if you want to. I personally like this. Art doesn't have to be perfect to me. As long as I can get the idea out, I don't care if it's squiggly and weird and horrific. I like art like that. It's just my art wasn't even at this level yet, you know? So I wasn't ready for the webcomic thing yet. But my goal for 2026, I think, is going to finally get a webcomic out there. But I'd like it to be This Little World. And I'll do the webcomic and it'll have its own little storylines that you won't see in like the show. And then the show will be like, I'm thinking the show will be like me going into the comic book world. And then the webcomic will be like filling in the gaps that don't need the live action bits. Or maybe it'll be like a prequel, some backstory or something. But today I'm just playing around with animating my characters, figuring out how I want to do that. Making them look like they're in little comic strips and putting myself into it. Okay, so now I have all my characters cut out and I'm just going to like draw a comic strip and place them in it and then, I don't know, make it to where I'm in the comic book and I'm vibing in this little world with them. This is the little comic strip template I've come up with for now. What I want to do is I want to get put into the world right here, all right? And then there's going to be another character thinking something right here, obviously. And then we're going to be like traveling through these. I'm going to like disappear behind here and then come up with this one and then disappear behind there, obviously, and only show up in the squares. Or it might actually be comical if I just walked over them and the other character couldn't. But anyway, that's not the most groundbreaking idea, I know, but I don't know how to do it, so it'd be an accomplishment if I could. So that's kind of what I want to try. Ooh, I'm getting oh, I think I know how to do this. I do know how to do this. I do. Okay. Yes. All right. So the way I'm going to go about this is I'm going to make the background transparent. And then I'm going to cut out. Hold on. I'm going to try to make this line up. I'm going to cut these out. Now, that's transparent. So when I make that into a photo and I export it, yes, okay, we're gonna do that. Now I can add the background here, make this an overlay. I can make this smaller. So now that's the background. And then I can just walk, and as long as I stay behind this top one, which is the comic strip, I should be good. So now I just gotta film myself walking along here and my character walking along behind it, and I have that segment. Okay, I'm going to do two versions. I'm going to do one where I'm walking behind the comic strip and then one where I'm like jumping from square to square and like teasing the other character because I can jump over them and she can't. I have a vision. I have a vision here. Okay, so I'm being super vulnerable showing you this because it is not as good as it could be, but I accomplished some ideas. So down here we have me hopping amongst, you know, the different panels and the other character in the background there. You know, you can kind of make something out. Hopefully you see what I'm seeing. And then here's me just walking behind. I think some of them got cut short. I don't know. Oh, there's my butt. Okay, but yeah, so there's me walking behind, you know, the things, you know what I meant. And then here's me like getting like teleported into the comic page. So like, you know, that's what I was going for anyway. Like I get, you know, and smacked into the comic book and it's out of frame, it's out of focus. Anyway, there I am. Here's me like wondering what happened, you know, and that really got cut short. And then I made the character like walk across and she's not supposed to yet, but I put it there. And here's me like wondering where all the characters are. And then here's the character talking. So that's that. So this is all I'm going to do today filming wise, but I am going to work on that Littlest Pet Shop idea I had. So stay tuned if you want to see that. that's all I'm going to cover in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Bye.